Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Well, guys, it happened again. We're here again. 1 year. I feel like I recorded this last year at this time when Victor Wembanyama was supposed to be picked by the Pistons, and it didn't happen. But it's not that the Pistons didn't get the number one pick again this year. Just like I said last year, how are we picking 5? How are we picking 5? So dumb. So dumb. So this is the third straight year that the Pistons are picking 5 when they had the best chance to be at number 1, right? Throughout the 5 years of turmoil that Piston fans have gone through, pain, suffering, the disgraceful product at times that was put on TV. And we only picked in the top 4 one time. We got the number 1 pick with Cade. And, you know, Weaver, I don't know. Guys, I really don't know what to say anymore. As a Piston fan, we don't talk about Pistons a lot on the channel and the podcast like other Piston fan podcasts specific because there's just nothing good to talk about. Cade is good at, like, he's good. I like Ivy still. I think Ivy and Cade can work together. They just need a better coach. It's so funny because, like, I guess, like, the frustration is this organization is a losing organization that we can't even lose right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point we are at Piston fans. We don't know how to lose right. Like, we can't even win the lottery. And I'm not, okay, it's not about the number 1 pick. I just think of the last, like, 3 years, right? You know, we could have got Chet, Paolo, or Jabari Smith. And it's like, no, you get Ivy. And I like Ivy. Again, I think he can be really good. If we'll talk about why. He had a down year last year because the coach sucks. Monty Williams is not a good head coach. I don't think anyway. I think he's proven that. 11th guy off the bench at one point this year. I think it was only for 1 game, but I'll never forget that. But we see, like, and you see Chet and Paolo and, like, Jabari Smith, like, all of them are, like, solid players, and it's like they would be good. I want Wembanyama this last year or Brandon Miller. Those were the 2 guys I wanted. Didn't get either one of them. Not even a position to draft either one of them. And part of me, and this year, I don't even know who we're gonna get. It's a weak draft. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to do, like, research on it. And part of me feels bad for Weaver because the one thing I always give Weaver credit for is, like, he knows how to draft. Like, okay, Killian Hayes, total whiff, right? But Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, they'll be in the NBA for a long time. They'll be on good rosters. Sasser, Marcus Sasser. I like Sasser. I like Asar Thompson. Ivy, Duran. I mean, just Livers was good for a little while. I think he can be fine. He was coming off an injury. We'll see how he is next year. But there's, like, just these people that he's drafted that I'm just like, hey, they're solid players. In weird spots, too. It's not like the number 1 pick. It's easy sometimes some years to draft number 1. It is. But when you're getting good players at 5 or 15 or 16 and 19 or 13 trading, it means you can scout talent at times. And that's the only pass I've ever given Weaver is, like, the luck of the lottery, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? That's out of his control. It stinks. Hiring Monty Williams, bad move. I don't even think Dwayne Casey, they're win now coaches. And part of the reason why this organization is such a losing organization right now is they don't know what direction they want to go. They're completely directionless. Even fans, I don't know like, the purpose of having this young team is player development. You got to develop the players, the young talent you have on your roster. You got to focus on Ivy, focus on Cade, focus on Duran, focus on Sar. And you got to make sure that those guys grow together and they can become like the Magic or like Houston if you add a veteran or 2. they can become one of these young teams, but your focus is not winning, it's development. And the Pistons have been focusing on winning, and it gets in the way of development. Look at Orlando. I think of Wagner, right? He goes 1 of 11 or 3 of 13 from the field, and guess what? He's out there starting the next game. He's playing the next game. The coaching staff is not giving up on him. Our coach, Ivy is not playing hard enough on defense on a night where we're down by 20. He must be the 11th guy off the bench. He's not trying hard enough in practice. He's not switching well enough. Well, we're going to make him only play 15 minutes tonight. It's like, dude, what is your priority? The only way you win is if you develop these young talent. The organization doesn't do that. They're focused on winning. We're not going to win if we don't have young talent. So now what's going to happen, in my opinion, is we're going to reach for Tobias Harris. We're going to pay him a ton of money. And then we're going to trade for Brandon Ingram. And we're going to trade like Ivy and our 5th pick and maybe something else and get Brandon Ingram. And our team isn't going to be nothing but a playing team. And that's what's going to happen. And I'm tired of the excuse like, oh, these pieces don't fit. It's like they can fit if you have the right coach and the right system. They can fit. Put confidence in these young players and they can fit. The only thing that is a concern for me really is the Duren-Thompson fit, because neither one of them can shoot, and you can't have 2 people on the court that can't shoot. That's it. If Asar can develop a jump shot, him and Duren are going to be fine together. That's really it. The fact that people don't think Ivy and Cade can play together is absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand that at all. Ivy's 21, 22, Cade's 22, 23. They're still growing. Like, whatever. But now we're at 5 again, so it doesn't matter. It's just so sad because, like, if you think of like the Pistons throughout the years, they could have had Paolo, Chet, or Smith. They could have had Miller or Wembanyama. Could have had Halliburton. And, well, Halliburton was just, they didn't get in, whatever. Halliburton's different. And I know, like, it's funny to me because, like, this is a weak draft and everybody wants that number 1 pick because, like, it's going to be precious because everybody's going to find somebody in the draft that they want. But it's like this, the guy, the big center there, I can't remember his name, is like, he's 7'1". It's like, that guy's the favorite there. And it's like, well, the only way the Pistons were going to draft him if they trade Duren, because him and Duren can't be on the court together. Which is, I guess, fine. Somebody would love Duren. He's only 20, he's pretty awesome. Anyway. And then the other thing that, like, because I'm salty right now, very salty. The other thing is, like, does the draft lottery actually work? What's the point of the draft lottery? Draft lottery is to prevent tanking. How did the tanking work out for the Spurs? They got Wembanyama. How did the tanking work out for the Mavericks? They got Lively. Like, the Pistons aren't tanking. They are a bad team. Last year, they were a bad team, right? Like, they were trying to win. That's what's so depressing about it. So is the lottery really doing what it's supposed to do and stop tanking? No, the Spurs tanked last year. They never tanked. They tanked last year. They got rewarded for it. And they should have, by the way. I'm saying they should have tanked for sure. I'm not knocking it. But the whole point of the lottery is to prevent tanking, and it's not working. Spurs, even this year, they got the number, 4 pick? The Houston Rockets, through the Brooklyn Nets, got the number 3 pick. Houston Rockets. I hope I said Houston Rockets. They got the 3 pick. Number 3. And the Rockets, to me, I'm so jealous of the Rockets, the Magic, those teams. Paolo, Franz, Suggs. The Rockets have Smith and Green. They got Sohan. That was a great pick, right? Just like, man, amen. I don't know, guys. The Hornets even got Brandon Miller and LaMelo, if LaMelo can stay healthy. It's just, I don't know, guys. I don't know what else to say. It stinks to be a Piston fan right now. It stinks. Number 5 again. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay, guys. Thanks. We'll talk to you guys. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.